Hello, welcome to Krafting Kitty. My name is Erin. It's Saturday, which means it's time for my weekly roundup. Yeah! So, my weekly roundup is basically where I talk about my week in crafting. We talk about my whips, works in progress, and FOs, finished objects. We also talk about the book I'm reading, but once again, I forgot it. So we'll just touch base on that a little bit. I finished 2 things to show you today, and I did add something to the whip, to the whip pile. I had to scratch the cast-on-itis urge, so I did. What did I finish? Well, I had been working on a market bag, a knit market bag with my Caron layer cupcakes. I did not like this yarn. It was not pleasant to crochet with or knit with, but I think the bag is pretty cute. I did crochet the strap. So here it is. It is a really good sized bag. So I just did a mesh knit stitch, and then I did a solid bottom decrease, and I only put 1 strap on because I figured kind of go like that, and then I can still reach in to drop stuff in. I thought this would be good for like beach activity, you know, or you go to the I'm losing my words, the amusement park, and they have a water area. You can put the wet clothes in there, then you don't have to worry about it. Who knows? But still, not knowing the fiber content fully, it's hard to say. So basically, I did a couple of rounds of stockinette, did the mesh stitch. Mesh stitch is basically 1 row, you do knit 2 together, knit 1, knit 2 together, no, knit 2 together, yarn over, knit 2 together, yarn over. Next row, you knit around, and then you just keep doing that over and over. It's a 2-round repeat. And then the bottom, you just basically decrease like a hat, except no knit rounds in between, so it's all straight decrease rounds. And I did a round of single crochets around the top, and then the strap is just single crochets. There you go. So just a pattern off the top of my head, nothing that I can link to or anything like that. So the second project I finished is my neon lights blanket. So I have a bunch of neon lights yarn left over from making blankets for the kiddos, and I want to finish it off. This is a Creative Grandma pattern, and it's like, oh, it's like crystal blue crystal something. Anyway, it's linked down below. And here is, I ran out of the orange as I was going around, so I just finished it with black. I didn't want to break into the next color because it didn't have any of this like orangey in it, and I thought it would look kind of silly. So here it is. This is basically the lemon peel stitch with a V-stitch border. I'm not sure you can see because it's black. There, maybe. And then what was I going to say? Oh, she also had picots on this. Glenda loves some picots. I don't love picots, and plus, I don't know, like, I didn't think this blanket, just like the last one, I don't think this one is, it's not like dainty or frilly where I think it would, I didn't think the picot was the right choice here, is basically what I'm getting at. So, I left it off. So there you go, this one's finally finished, and we are down to the last 6 colors. So, hooray! I think the end is in sight on this. Let me set this over here. Okay, what else did I do this week? So, I have been, hello, top of my head. I've been working on my Amigurumi skills. Last year was my year of Amigurumi. I've been making everything out of this book, Crochet Cute Critters by Sarah Zimmerman. She is Repeat Crafter Me on the YouTubes. I am currently working on the monkey, Max the monkey for my son. There you go. That is what it looks like in Sarah's eyes, this is what it looks like in my son's eyes. It is red and orange. So yeah, the orange is Big Twist in Carrot. Big Twist value. Nope, it's color orange. And then the red is what's left over from a Pound Plus. I think it's Cherry Red. Varsity Red. That he wanted me to make him a sweater out of. So there we go. I got the legs done. Woo! We have legs! We're beyond the bowling pin stage. So, next week I'll try to do the arms. That'll be the goal. Although, no, there's going to be arms, there's going to be the ears, and then there's a tail. So, probably won't finish that next week. What else do I have? Here, let's do this. It's right here. No, we should go in order. Okay. So, 2025 is my year of tackling it. Taming the twin beasts. I have a whip problem and I have a yarn management problem. We're going to try to tackle those problems. To tackle the whips, I'm kind of promoting 3 of my projects to be my priority projects. And that just means I set goals on them and they're the ones I kind of put the most focus in. The Amigurumi is not a priority project, so that's why I just did the legs, moved it a little bit forward, and then set it to the side. So next week I'll probably do the arms and then set it aside because it's had some progress. My number 1 project is not a specific project, but it's getting rid of all of that Neon Lights yarn. So to that end, I did start my next blanket, which is another Creative Grandma blanket. I am using, this is the color Fluorescent, and this is like Cuddle Me blanket or something like that, I don't know. It's basically a shell and V-stitch, and then there's, of course, a border. So, here's what it looks like. Everything gets kind of lost and wild in this neonness, but I will have some solid colors still left. So I have 2 variegated left and 4 solid colors left. The solids are the green, yellow, a pink, and a purple, I think. But my goal for next week is going to be to finish off this. I've already done quite a bit on this one. But yeah, so I'll try to hit my goal, which is finishing this yarn. And then I kind of just work. This is a 2-row repeat. So I'll just do probably 2 rows a day, a repeat a day, to keep it active, but not be super focused. Because then I will focus on my priority 2 project, which is my Spectre sweater from Hoki Locatelli. I'm making this using my 2023 Advent from Ginger Snap Yarn. I have a black and white printer, so that's why you can't see much. I've finished the yoke. I've split for the sleeves. I'm working the sleeves and the body at the same time to try to keep the colors kind of even. I did finish, oh no, you fell. I finished that last mini and I've caked up a new mini and I'm working on it. So here's what she looks like kind of in total. It's curling. So there we go. Oh, this is really hard to hold up. And then, not this arm. I have started working on the left arm. Or is this the right arm? It's the right arm. Not that it matters. I've started working the new color on the yarn. Or on the... I've lost all of my words. I've started my new ball of yarn. I'm working on it. My priority 3 project is the sweater I'm making for my husband. This is a bod pattern. I forget the name of this one. I say every week. It's after 3. I didn't take my allergy meds. I'm sorry. Eric's modeling it. Her husband's modeling it. It's yellow. It's an almond stitch cardigan with a shawl collar. I fit it, last time we met, I was working on one of the side panels. I finished it. I have both of the side panels attached at the shoulders. And I have started work on the arm. So I make the arm for a while and then I start decreasing. So I'm still working on the upper arm, I guess. So we're chugging along here. It's going to be, I don't know, when you reach the arms, although I do have to build up that shawl collar, and that's going to be a while, because the shawl collar is so much bigger. I'm using Red Heart Comfort in the colorway Latte Tweed. Latte Fleck. Latte Fleck. I'm not going to pull it out because I just shoved the yarn in. Or not the yarn. I just shoved the sweater in, and now the yarn's going to be hard to pull out, so I'm not going to pull out the scheme. What else do I have? I have, let's do this. This is the Grow With Me dress inspired by Shannon from Another Yarn. It's a little dress tunic thing for my daughter. I'm using Sweet Roll Fruit Sock and the color Plum, and I'm using US 5 needles with it, which is a larger needle than I would normally use for fingering or sock weight yarn. It's hard to tell that really anything's added now because it's all bunched on the needles, and I'm just continuing to work the peplum skirt whatever rounds. I did not finish that little thing of yarn, but it's still dwindling. I've got very little left. Hopefully this week I finish it. But this is my project I do while I put the kiddos to sleep, so it's not, I touch it every day, but I don't always do tons of work on it because maybe the kiddos fall asleep fast, or maybe it's one of those, Mommy, I need a drink, Mommy, I need a snack, Mommy, I need this nights, and I just don't sit there much, you know? So there you go, plugging along. It'll get done when it gets done. Next project is my Twisted Turns MCal. This is my Stephen West 2022 MCal. This used to be my Tackle It Tuesday project, but it got promoted. I did more. This is like the slowest growing section ever. But I did do more on it. Here you go. It looks cool. I'll show you the proper side. It's kind of a chevron. Oh, you can't really see it in the camera, can you? In person, it really pops. Oh, in the camera, it doesn't. Okay, maybe. Focus. Oh, there you go. There you can see it. Nice. There we go. See? So, just a little... You're doing a twisted kind of cabling, and then to make this little chevron pattern. So, plugging away on that one. I'm going to try to hurry so I can go take my meds. Okay. So, now we come to Erin's naughtiness. You know I opened all that Joann's yarn. I'm feeling the urge to start some projects. So now here's the tug. Do I try to work with that Joann's yarn, or do I try to work on the projects we already identified with Yarn Management Monday? I decided to start doing Yarn Management Monday projects. So, if you recall, I pulled some gemstone yarn out, which is one of my all-time favorite yarns. I love it. This colorway is Jewel. And I said I would make either a sweater for myself, but I would offer it to my son Chomps first. He loves rainbows, and he said he wanted it. So I just started freehanding a crochet sweater. So yes, the neck hole is huge right now. It can fit over my own head. But that is because I will come back in and do a collar neckline that will make it smaller later. That's the back. This would be the front. There you go. I'm just a couple rows in. Barely started. Freehanding sweaters for him. This'll probably... It's a low priority project. Like I said, I was just getting the itch. That'll probably take me 3 weeks to finish. If for some reason I get a fire lit under me and I really want to do it, who knows? But you kind of sometimes I get a little, like I said, I had the urge to cast on and I was kind of like, oh, I don't know which one of my other projects I want to pick up. I guess it's time to pick up a new one. You know, I can't let myself get bored because then I don't get progress on anything. Because, yeah, I might have a little bit of the adult ADHD. Well, they do say that for women, sometimes it's well masked until a certain time in their life. And my doctors assure me I'm not at that time of my life. I think my body begs to differ. Anyway, what am I talking about? That's all of the crafty stuff for this week. I did work on my Wipeout Wednesday. I've made progress on the Tackle It Tuesday projects, but you'll see those on Tuesday, Wednesday, and then on Friday, I've got Fridays with Fred. Okay, so moving on to my book, I am reading The Way of Kings, which is the first book in the Stormlight Archive by Brandon Sanderson. I am really enjoying it. It's got an interesting magic system. It's got a number of POVs, so if you're one of those people who that's really important for some reason, you got it. I've seen a lot of people complaining about books that don't have multiple points of view. You don't have multiple narrators. That doesn't bother me. I don't quite understand the obsession with it, but that's okay. I do think it's interesting. I guess maybe you feel like maybe you get a more balanced story that way, because you could always say a single narrator is unreliable. But I don't know. I don't think you always have to fall to the unreliable narrator trope in books. And I certainly don't mind a third-person perspective book where there isn't a narrator within the book. I don't know why I went off on that. Yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I'm over 400 pages in now, and I'm reaching almost the halfway point. Yeah, it's good. So that's about it. We had kind of a wild week here. The kids had off 2 days. They had a delayed start. We had the cast removal. We had the day the car wouldn't start, which was cast removal day. It's, Bingo had her first field trip, which was exciting. So much happening. But yeah, it's been wild. I'm hoping for things to settle down a little bit this coming week. The weather's supposed to be warmer. We're supposed to hit the 50s for a few days. That'll be amazing. Hopefully I can open up some windows and air out the winter stuffiness from the house. Definitely getting to that point where it's like, no, we've been cooped up too long. Winter needs to move along. Winter has entertained us enough for the evening. Mary Bennett can move along. Oh, I love Jane Austen. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and talk to you guys later. Thank you so much for stopping by. Love to you all. Stay safe. Stay warm if it's cold out there. Although I think the cold snap has broken for most of us. I hope so. I haven't seen anything really on the news about it. But yeah. I do know that these respiratory viruses are still hanging around in our schools. And I am ready to be done with those. Those can move along as well with Miss Bennett. I cannot wait until the kids are older and they stop bringing those things home with them. Okay. Love to you all. Bye-bye.